Did you guys hear about Jim Carrey getting a backlash for a recent comment he made during an interview?
No.
Oh. I'm not surprised.
The last thing I heard about Jim Carrey is that he's playing that villain in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, right?
So that's somehow part of this. So he was getting interviewed for that movie when he kind of made a small joke and Twitter took it pretty bad. So I will show you this clip.
And in the film, Sonic has a bucket list. And I was wondering, after all you've done in your career and in your life, is there anything still left on your bucket list?
Just you.
Wow.
That's it. It's all done now.
I don't know what to say to that.
Just own it.
Okay, own it now. And
That's
bucket
kind of
list.
weird. Didn't he just go fucking nuts for a minute too? And then like he started doing like paint with his body and shit.
That was a minute ago.
Well, apparently he gave some chick an STD and then she died, I think.
What the fuck?
His girlfriend?
Yeah, that's when I started going, wait, Jim Carrey fucking kind of
Oh,
sucks.
because she killed herself.
Yeah,
Wait, was he ever with Jenny McCarthy?
Yes.
Okay.
But he gave her an STD first, and I think that part of that logic for why she killed herself, I guess, is that she felt like her life was over because of this. And pretty fucking crazy. So, yeah, I think that kind of...
Do we know what STD? Do we know what STD?
I don't know. That's just what I read.
I don't remember what it was.
In that interview, he just seems like he's fucking around though. Like he's a
That's what a
comedian
lot of
and he
people are
fucks
saying.
around, right?
That's what a lot of people are saying, but then other people are saying that this is like he's being a sleazeball and that it's like very predatory behavior, and so it's just really creepy that he would use like his position over her like that.
That was fucking
Well,
weird.
how's he using his position over? Because like to me, it's like even if it's him or Carrot Top or whoever, because I know they're a comedian, if they're just saying things, they're just fucking around. He's just probably bored and he goes, what can I do to spice up this interview?
I think
Not to get his back or anything, it just feels like he's
just trying to.
Well, and those interviews, they're there forever, for all day,
a lot
talking to
of people
different
don't know that this is probably like his fucking 10th one that he did, and they asked the exact same fucking question. Not to, again, defend him.
And how is he using his position to overpower?
because of the second part that he said, where
What'd
he
he
was
say?
just like,
Own it.
own it.
But he's just, it sounds like just he's keeping the joke going. I don't know.
I don't know, like that. I've never seen him do that kind of humor, really.
But how many times have you really seen him interview though?
Yeah, we don't watch his interview. We don't watch his interviews.
We don't know
all day.
how he is in those interviews. I definitely
fucks
see
around,
both
though.
sides of it. I see the comedian side of standing a bit, keeping it going.
But aren't they supposed to edit that shit out?
Well, I mean, if this is a story, they're going to release it because they think that it could get some traction and lead back to the website.
Well, it was actually the girl who tweeted out the interview, and
How did she feel about it?
that's what I was trying to find out because now her Twitter account is private, so I
course
don't
it
even know
is.
what it was that she said or how she has responded to the responses. So I'm not too sure, but she was the one who ended up posting the interview on Twitter.
So if she posted the interview, she obviously, I mean, maybe, or did she post it like, yo, this fucked up thing happened? Or she's just like, here's my interview with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, that's the thing I don't know.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I really wanted to.
I think that stuff's so important, right? Because then it's like, if she herself is just like, whatever, I was interviewing Jim Carrey, what do I expect to happen? He's gonna fuck around.
Yeah.
Like, or not. Or maybe she's like, yo, this offended the fuck
Yeah,
out of
or
me.
I felt very intimidated by that moment.
Right,
Yeah.
but even then, it's a two-way street every time, right? So a person can feel a certain way, but that doesn't mean that the person fucking
Intended
put
it.
it there or intended that.
Yeah, it's how she perceived it as well.
Because it could also be she just wasn't smart enough or witty enough to come back with something versus any other reporter might have been like, ha ha ha, just kidding. What for real? So what's your real bucket list thing? Like,
Right.
be able to turn it and
Exactly, that part right there. And I think that Jim is seasoned enough to tell, like I understand again, standing a bit, but I also understand like the laugh, I don't know what to say after that. I feel like it was on him at that point to say, I'm just kidding. My bucket list couldn't just.
Yeah, it's a back and forth. Yeah.
Because you are the seasoned actor and because you are who you are, it's your job to make, like, it sucks, but it's your job to make other people comfortable in that situation,
You gotta
or
play
it
the
can
room.
possibly be blown out like this, especially when it comes to journalists, because women have so many barriers and it's shit to hop over. Anytime something like this happens, that's how people are gonna see. Even though we all think, pretty sure that he didn't mean it with any, like, ill will, it can still come off like that. Because I don't know if y'all remember, I think it was a Morgan Freeman interview. It was him and, was it Jack Nicholson? It was It might have been Bucket List. It might have been the movie Bucket List. And the three of them are on in the chairs, and there's a young lady interviewing them, and Morgan Freeman the whole time was like, "Mama, look at you. You are a piece of work." But you could tell, like, yo, you being a creepy old man.
Oh wow.
Like it was cringy, and for me, I like dark humor. I was like,
movies.
I was like, yeah, exactly. You can't be Jesus and down here trying to fuck these women. Like, what are you doing?
Damn.
So
He wasn't Jesus, he was God.
well, I mean, either way, that's even more of a reason
There's
not
a
to do
difference.
that. There is. But he's still the son of the father.
That's all I'm saying.
The point I'm trying to make is
Or
that
is he the father of the son?
what?
What are you talking about?
See, you're trying to distract me.
The son became the father became the son.
Right.
But what
Well,
about the
there
Holy
was-
Ghost?
There was a southern.
He's there too.
There was a southern.
You just gotta own it to here. He just gotta own
Okay, no, real quick, just to help out the other side of this, right? So there's another side of this too, which is take Jim Carrey's entire fucking history into account while he says this. This isn't just like a one-off with Morgan Freeman,
Right.
Where Morgan Freeman had a bunch of incidents, including a time where he gave a girl an STD, and he's a known womanizer.
Oh.
Like Jim Carrey's kind of known for being a womanizer, like player kind of thing.
Is he?
And so yeah.
Damn, I didn't know
Because
that.
I was about to bring up another one where he was blasted for making some creepy comments about Margot Robbie's looks on the Graham Norton show.
Yes, exactly.
So he ended up saying, "You're really something, Margot Robbie. It's incredible you got as far as you have with your obvious physical disadvantages. That's pure talent there."
Well, he also made, if you remember, he made a fucking weird video for, I don't know, I think it was Margot Robbie. It was somebody up and coming, an actress, like a beautiful actress, and he made a video talking about her and how he wants to get to know her and shit, and put that all over social media too. So that's what I'm saying. So all of you who were judging me in the beginning of this video, I fucking was talking about one thing, right? But the other side of this thing is that there's a tapestry, a rich history of Jim Carrey kind of doing this kind of stuff. And so maybe I think that's factoring into people just judging this moment and being like, here he goes again.
I see.
Yeah. See, I wasn't aware of all that other stuff too. So that, again, I always think, like, when you're the seasoned person in a situation, it's your responsibility to either conduct yourself with tact or make people feel comfortable to a certain degree. And like, especially if you're the reason for the unsettledness, like that comment, like you could tell she was obviously taken aback. That she was just like, I don't know what to say after that.
I think also if you like take professionalism into account, where if the goal for all these press releases is to sell the movie, you should also have that on your mind. What is the best way to answer all these questions to make people want to come see the movie?
Should be like, you know.
But that raises another question. Do you think he told her that he would be there at 6 and then didn't show?
God damn it.
Good point.
That's a good point.
That's a good
You know,
point.
this is what you
What's
always...
this inside joke? I don't get it.
Well, wait.
He's making shit up. You know him.
Oh.
So Sonic the Hedgehog is a fast hedgehog, right? Like, maybe he could have incorporated something like that into the joke, you know what I mean? Like, something to sell the film is what
It's like a pun or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Or make himself likable so people go, oh man, I remember how much I love Jim Carrey. I have to go watch this movie.
But he was a villain in that movie, so maybe he was playing that role.
Maybe he's a method actor and he was still in character.
Yeah.
Like he did with,
Grinch.
no, not
No, because
Grinch.
there was this recent.
The Andy Kaufman movie, right?
Oh, he did.
Oh, I heard
Yeah,
he went nuts on that
That's
one.
what I'm saying. It's part of his rich history of going fucking nuts. He sat there with Andy Kaufman's daughter and acted like he was really Andy Kaufman, and then told the cameras about how he thought he gave Andy Kaufman's daughter a beautiful final moment with her dad.
So he channeled Andy Kaufman through him.
That's what he says, right? But it's like
Wow.
you're just making yourself look like a god of acting right now, and going like, I even gave his daughter like a final moment with her father, like fucking weird shit.
I mean, but they I mean, that movie was crazy to the point where like the director said he was uncomfortable with Andy being on set because he would only, like, when they were filming, Jim Carrey would only answer to Andy on set. Like, he wouldn't answer to Jim at all. Like, it was the craziest. Like, he's really a method actor. He really dives way into it.
So, Jim Carrey's rep said this. This is a ridiculous non-story. Jim's full quote was, "Just you. That's it. I'm all done now." Clearly and good-naturedly referring to the interview as being on the top of his bucket list. It was in no way a reference to the journalist herself. This is another example of a clickbait headline pandering to the dark side of scroll culture, a dirty business done by and for people with dirty minds.
Please watch Sonic the Hedgehog this weekend.
What was the context?
She's saying that the just you, that's it, I'm all done now, is referring to the interview.
Well, right. That makes sense because he said, I'm all done now. He didn't fuck her.
Yeah. Maybe she was the last interview.
Yeah, but then
Is it the way it was edited?
Then how does the rep like explain the fucking just own it? That part was the creepiest part to me. So we'll play it again.
Okay.
Was it like because it was an innuendo, so it could be taken two ways, or?
I don't know.
No, the rep is saying it's not. Like, don't take it that way. The rep is just saying he was just referring to the interview. Like, let's say she's interviewing for Entertainment Tonight. He's just saying, my last bucket list was to be on Entertainment Tonight.
Oh. They're just saying just you.
Just you. Just own
Short
it.
for just your interview.
But then the rep is saying, but all these dirty minds are taking it as, I want to get you, the girl. And she's like, no, that's not how he meant it.
Yeah. Do you guys want to watch it again?
Yeah. One more time.
And in the film, Sonic has a bucket list. And I was wondering, after all you've done in your career and in your life, is there anything still left on your bucket list?
Just you.
Oh. Wow.
That's it. It's all done now.
I don't know what to say to that.
It looks kind of sexual to me.
It definitely was. It definitely was.
The way he executed it sounded
Just
like
you.
Yeah, because
you're my last fucking trophy, girl.
when he said it's all done now, like if he had said it like it's all done now, like I would take it as that interview. But he was like, just you.
Just own it.
Yeah, it would have been like, you're the last one.
Yeah.
This interview, and I'm all done.
Right. At least, yeah.
But it's not. You're in a fucking interview. You're not saying the perfect.
When a guy
thing
says
in
it
a
like that,
perfect
the
way.
next line is gonna be, do you know how rich I am?
It's not like
I don't know, man.
Like there's a script.
I gotta watch the whole thing.
I
man.
just
Like,
think
I
that
don't know what the fuck is going on.
If you look at all the things Jim Carrey did, then this is just another thing where you're
Yeah.
like, I'm not surprised. But if you just look at this, then you find it silly. So I get both. It's like I'm looking at a fucking blue and gold dress. Okay, and somebody's like, I think it's white and gold, and somebody's like, I think it's blue and black. It's the same shit.